Small quantities of marijuana will be legal for recreational use in the state of Washington starting next week. But the new law is still raising a lot of questions. Especially when it comes to driving. There's no breathalyzer test for marijuana, so how will officers even check for it? KXY4's Ian Cull joins us now live in the newsroom with the answers.
And the fact is, troopers have always been checking for driver impairment. If you're swerving across lanes of traffic and you can't stand outside your car when you're pulled over, you could always be arrested for a DUI.
What I want you to do is follow that silver part of my pen with your eyes only without moving your head.
For years, law enforcement in Washington has been trained to identify someone who's drunk or high. A week from now, they say they'll still be able to do that.
Troopers take their action based on visible impairment, what they can see of the person's driving and their behavior after they get stopped.
Bob Calkins with the Washington State Patrol says troopers don't need a breathalyzer to tell if you're drunk or a blood draw to tell if you're high. A field sobriety test is usually enough, and they don't need either test to arrest you. A blood draw only serves as evidence against you in court.
If there is a blood draw at some point, the results of that will come back much later and will be an issue for prosecutors and defense attorneys.
Those tests can take about 30 days. Calkins says the evidence isn't typically needed because troopers are sworn officers of the law. Their judgment is trusted in court, while your judgment, if you drive high, will not be. Next week, the WSP will continue to simply do their jobs, which includes busting impaired drivers. But Calkins doesn't think more people will hit the road under the influence of pot. He says the odds are still against them.
There might be some shift of people making a bad decision to drive while impaired on alcohol to making a bad decision to drive while impaired by marijuana.
And under the new law, for the first time, a limit of 5 nanograms of the drug in the bloodstream has been set. Some proponents of the law say at that point you are still, quote, high, but troopers say even if your blood levels come back under that, you can still be arrested and convicted. Ian Cole, KXOY4 HG News.